Hello everyone, so today is the weekend of January 11th and January 12th, 2025. We made it, guys, through another week. A tough week, in my opinion. I'm hoping this will probably be the toughest week we've had. Not just here in Missouri, not just here for me, but for everyone, I think. California with those fires going on, and I'm not really going to be talking a whole lot about them in this episode, and the reason being is just because I don't really know a lot of the information yet. I know some of it, but I don't know everything, and until I know everything, I hate to put stuff out there that may or not be true. So until I know everything of what's going on, I just know right now from what I've seen in the pictures and everything, very devastating. And my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone over there, whether you're a celebrity, whether you're, a worker like me over there, like someone is doing a normal 9 to 5 shift, whatever it may be. Doctors, lawyers, it don't matter. Whoever you are over there, my thoughts and prayers go out to you all. That's gotta suck. I can only imagine. And I know some people are out there saying, like, well, they're celebrities, man. Some of these people are celebrities. They got more money than everybody else. So you know what? Even if they are at the end of the day, dude, they are human beings just like the rest of us. They're going through this just like the rest of us. Yes, they might have enough money to rebuild, but even at that, I mean, their lives were there. That's where they grew. That's where their families are. That's where they've been raising their kids. That's their livelihood. That's their neighborhood. That's where they knew that's where they hung out with their friends, their families. I'm sure they had a lot of memories there. Just like the rest of us. Now all of that is gone. It's gone. So, I mean, that alone is bad enough. And then on top of that, for other people, for all of us too, and I'm sure they go through it too. It's just like, okay, now where do I go? Where do I move? Who can I stay the night? Who can I stay with for the night? Or is there any place I can go for the night? Is there a chance I can get on a flight to my summer house for right now? Whatever it may be, just to get away from all of this for right now, and then I'll come back. Making those kind of plans, because you can't sit around and cry for too long on situations like this. You gotta automatically start making those plans for the next thing. Like, what do I do next? What do I do next? And then, and in the Midwest over here, we've got a big snowfall going on, and it's hard to get flights and travel and all of that stuff. So again, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Well, it's got to be devastating for them, irregardless of who you are, what you're going through. It's got to suck. So like I said, thoughts and prayers go out to them. Nobody would be planning for anything like that. Nobody should ever have to plan for something like that. Devastating. But at any rate, my name is Gail Odell. As you may know, I do like a tarot card deck video. I do small videos. I do like the Missouri history. I do my questions of the day. My 12 Days of Socks, which still has to upload yet. I have not uploaded it yet. I'm going to, though. Yeah, it is uploading now. It should be, Well, maybe not, because this is the Sunday video, right? So... or this one will be uploading on Sunday. I'm recording it on Saturday, so if this makes no sense to you, just go on. Because I don't do a whole lot of editing on these. I do a little bit, but I'm going to try to do some more editing on this, so that may be out, but in case I don't. So getting into this, so this is a segment, by the way, is called Into the Dell. This is my video where I talk about anything and everything that happened during the week. So first off, of course, like I said, I'll be touching more on the California fires when I know more. But until then, all I can say is my thoughts and prayers go out to those people. Totally devastating. But talking about the snow of the century now, here in the Midwest, because I do know a little bit more about it. I lived it. at least a little bit. That snow that we got from Sunday night into Monday sucked. A lot of call-in, a lot of people staying at home, a lot of closings. My work decided not to call it for the day, but I called them and told them I'm not coming in. And my girlfriend did the same thing with her job, because factories and Walmart tend to keep going. So she works at Walmart, I work at a factory, so they want to keep going, and I said no. So yeah, there's that. The big snow of the century, right? UCM closed, State Fair Community College closed. So yeah, there's a lot of that. But at the same time, I've seen a lot of really good, cool photos. I mean, a lot of bad things, of course. People sliding off the roads, car accidents, people getting stuck. But there were some good sides too. I seen where like kids around here were taking total advantage of the snow day. I seen people building snowmen. I seen some of the teachers around here doing what they call the Snow Angel Challenge, where they would be out in their shorts and jump in the snow and make snow angels, which I'm sure kind of perked the kids up around here, and they were kind of fun to watch, I have to admit. So props to them, man, and props to those kids who are trying to take advantage of the snow day, going out building snowmen, building igloos. I've seen one or two igloos on social media. People going out sledding. I've seen a couple instances where people were taking trucks or four-wheelers out and having like a sled hitch to it so that their kids could enjoy, going sledding. Props to them. They had a lot of fun. So there's that, man. So some bad stuff, but some good stuff too. And if you've got some cool stuff that you want to share, you're more than free to in the comments. Some cool stories. I never really say, who they came from. I leave it all anonymous, unless you want me to tell people who you are. Otherwise, I leave it anonymous. So you can always, if you don't feel comfortable commenting, which is fine, because then people know who you are, and I understand. You can also message me. I'm on Messenger. If you want to find me, Gail Odell, I'm on Messenger. I'm on Facebook. So you can message me that way. So feel free to message me or whatever if you've got a cool story. And yeah, so there's that. And now let's get into it. So I don't think it's too late to talk about this kind of stuff, because we're just now getting into, because it's still January, right? So we're still transitioning into from 2024 to 2025. So we're still talking about January. We're still talking about the transition and all of that stuff. And I got to show you guys, and I'm going to take you on a quick tour around the house. So, as you guys may or may not know, since I got talking about it, we have the Lunar New Year coming up. Lunar New Year on the 29th. And Angela and I usually celebrate it, even though we already believe that it's already 2025, but we still celebrate it because we figure, hey, we're Americans, and it's an excuse to celebrate, it's to have a party, and we're gonna have a party. So we're celebrating right after we get off work. I've already got some of the foods, so I'll show you. Got up here, we've got some egg rolls going on. And then we got some orange chicken going on, so we'll have that. And then it's supposed to be the year of the snake, right? So we're thinking Slytherin, because Harry Potter. And so we got some key lime pie. And then I'm going to have Jell-O going on. And I do have some rice, by the way, for the dinner. The rice is up in the cupboard, so I will be fixing some rice to go with it. But yeah, so I figured that would be really cool. And we're going to dress up. I'm going to have Angela and I, we'll be wearing some type of green shirt or sweatshirt or whatever. It's got to have green on it. And the pets are going to have their green on. So it'll be a lot of fun, I think. And speaking of green, I got me something the other day, and I've shown it on one of my other videos, but there she is. So we've got something green. It's not a Slytherin, but Alphaba. I found her, so I had to get her. So there you go. I added her to my collection. But anyway, as I was trying to say, so like getting into this. So we're still doing the transition, right? Right up and through the end of January. And being as we are, I have what I call the ins and outs of 2025. So I'm going to go through my list of it. I've seen a couple other lists this week, and I thought that would be a lot of fun. So I'm going to do my own. So here we go. Some ins and outs of 2025. So one thing that I'm going to go through the ins first, and then I'm going to go through the outs. So what is in? Handwritten notes. Definitely in. Angela and I do that a lot here at the house. We may not necessarily use sticky notes, but we use the dry erase board a lot. So I count that as handwritten notes. We've got 2 dry erase boards on the fridge. We'll put up like shopping lists, what our plans are during the week. If there's a doctor's appointment or something like that, we might throw that up there too. And then on top of that, we got our calendars. We put stuff up on our calendars too. I even got a calendar dry erase board we can put stuff up on. So there's that. We've got that going on. We do have sticky notes here around the house. We just don't use them quite as much, but we may use them more as time goes on. But yeah, sometimes it's a good line of communication with us. Text messages with family and friends, that's definitely in, and I need to do that more often. I'm hoping to this year. But yeah, especially with my friends, definitely need to text them more. We didn't do a whole lot of texting with friends last year, and I hope to do that more this year. Hanging out with family and friends, visiting them more often. I quit doing that a lot after the pandemic, and I need to get back into that again. So definitely, I don't know why, not visiting has become the new norm, but that's ridiculous. So I'm going to stop doing that. Another thing that's in this year, rock and pop music, definitely in. I was more into rock music last few years, and then last year towards November, December, October, I started listening to more and more, of today's pop music, and I got more and more into it. So it's definitely an in this year. So pop and rock together. May throw in some country, but not too much. Another thing that's in, not giving a fuck. And yes, I'm going to cuss on this, so if that's going to offend you, this probably is not the channel for you. But anyway, yes, not giving a fuck. That's definitely in, and I definitely need to do more of that, especially when it comes to being on social media and seeing something and automatically thinking I have to comment on it. I need to stop doing that. That's, I get into more arguments that way with people, and yeah, it's just better off for me and them if I don't do it. So I'm going to try to do more of that this year. I haven't succeeded yet, but I'm starting to, but it's a process. Another thing that's in is organization, getting organized. Definitely need to. I was organized. I was starting to get more and more organized, and then I quit, and then I stopped, and I quit. I need to start and stay at it this year. Stay proactive. Another thing that's in, wine, rum and coke, Irish coffee, and Irish Coke. And what I mean by Irish coffee is basically Jameson in my coffee. I don't do it. Keep in mind, I don't do this before I go to work. Don't do it on those days. But on like Sundays or something like that, when I know I'm just going to be here relaxing around the house, definitely going to have some Irish coffee. And Irish Coke is basically Jameson in my Coca-Cola. That's my That's my Irish coffee. And that Jameson I've got is orange. It's the orange Jameson. I don't want to show it on here because I don't want to get in trouble. But it's like an orange flavored whiskey, and it's really, really good. And you put that in with Coca-Cola or your coffee, it's really, really good. So I enjoy that. It's different, and it's the new in for me. I'm getting into this. So another in for 2025 is more video gaming. I'm definitely getting more and more into video games. So maybe it's because I'm getting closer to 40 and I'm just like, dude, I'm getting older. Fuck this. I'm just, going to enjoy myself here at the house. But video gaming is definitely in, and reading is definitely in. Reading more books. I read quite a few books last year, and I want to read some more again this year. So we'll see how I do on that. Museums and zoos are definitely in. I didn't go to a lot of museums or zoos last year, and I kind of want to do a little bit more this year. I don't know if I'm going to do a whole lot of them, but I want to do more than what I did this year, which was almost close to nothing. So, another thing I want to do, identify inspirations. Definitely want to do that. I definitely want to identify with things that inspire me. So I want to do more of that this year. Another thing that's in, supporting family and friends inspiration. Of course, always give them the thumbs up or whatever when I think what they're doing is incredible or awesome or whatever. And I do definitely try to comment more on that kind of stuff on them, on their social media when I see that. Blogs and vlogs are definitely in. So videos about your day or blogging about your day, that's definitely coming back in. It was on its way out, but I think it's on its way back in now. So it's definitely a thing again. Solo dates. That's definitely in. Not saying that going out on a date with Angela is bad, but sometimes, just taking myself out on a date on a Saturday while she's working, that's fine too. Sometimes you need that time, for yourself too, just to pat yourself on the back and say you did a good job. That's more or less what you're doing. So there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. So solo dates from time to time, those are good too. As my friend Marthieve Maynor will tell you, he takes himself out on a lot of solo dates too. So props to him. He's actually what gave me the idea to put that down. So there you go, Marthieve Maynor. You got mentioned. Trying to keep the plants that I have alive. Definitely, I'll show you. So I have is definitely still alive. That plant, I don't know. It's struggling. So that's my problem. And that was supposed to be a purple plant. It's now green, and it looks like it's about to die on me. And, I'm trying to give it water, but I don't really know what else to do with it. You know what I mean? It was alive perfectly fine this summer. Didn't do a whole lot of anything to it. Just let it do its thing. And ever since I brought it in, it's been struggling. So I don't know what else to do with it. Hopefully the weather will turn pretty good before it dies on me and I can get it back outside and it'll be just fine again. And the cactus, it's doing just fine. I don't have to do a whole lot to it. But I don't know, keeping those alive. So that's definitely on the in. Healthy decisions is definitely in, even though I'm still going to drink my soda, and I'm going to drink my soda, I'm going to drink my alcohol, and I'm going to drink my my coffee. And from time to time, I'm going to have a dessert. But I do need to make some better decisions. I need to eat more vegetables and stuff like that than what I normally do. I know I need to do that. I need to change some of my lifestyle around, drink more water. I was doing such a good job drinking a lot of water, and then I quit. So I need to go back to that. So that's definitely on the in. Saving money is definitely on the in. Trying to do more of saving money, putting more money back. Enjoying alone time. That kind of goes with the solo dates. Just another way of patting myself on the back. That's definitely on the in. Nothing wrong with hanging out with Angela, because that's on the in too. In fact, I'm throwing that in right now. I think I got it at the bottom, but I'm throwing that in right now. Having dates with Angela is definitely in. Even though, she's my fiance, that's not changed. We still do dates. We still have date night for us. So definitely having dates with her is definitely in. In fact, we talked about going to the Dom Museum in Sedalia this weekend. Might do that tomorrow as long as the weather's decent because they have a new exhibit. We kind of want to go check it out. So, and Dom Museum usually doesn't cost much or of anything to go see. So, it'll give us something to do. So, dates are definitely in. More laughter and music. That's definitely on the end. As I mentioned a while ago, rock music and all that. Listen to more music and podcasts too. Podcasts are definitely in. Listening to different podcasts. I'm definitely listening to a lot more podcasts this year already. So, taking more pictures is definitely in. So those are my ends. That was the last one, was taking pictures. Would have been hanging out with Angela, but that's not the least. That's actually the most. The most in is going out on dates with Angela. That's actually the top of my list. So she made the top. But the other stuff is just as. Don't get me wrong. The other stuff is important too, but she's at the top as always. All right. So now the outs for 2025. Productivity guilt. Out. I'm tired of me doing that to myself. As long as I had a productive day, I should congratulate myself, irregardless whether I got everything done or not, because I always like to put extra stuff on me, and I don't always get all that stuff done. But I have to know too, like, dude, you really raised the bar on yourself too. So understand you may not get it all done, and it's fine. Suffering in silence, definitely out. As a man, we do it a lot. As men, we do it a lot. And, that's got to stop. I know, especially when I'm getting to my 40s now, if I have a problem, I need to speak up. And it's something I'm trying to get Angela to do more of, too, because she's the same way. She doesn't like to speak up a lot of times. And we both need to work on that. Suffer in silence is definitely out. Toxic comparison, definitely out. Quit comparing myself to, not that I always do it, but from time to time I catch myself where I'm comparing myself to other people, and starting to feel bad because, they're my age and they've got this many kids or this kind of house. And it's like, dude, quit comparing yourself to them. They're in a different situation than you. You know this, Just keep going at a path that you're on. Eventually you'll get there too. But you got to stay on the path that you're on. So there's that. Shots and getting drunk. Because even though I mentioned, alcohol, of course, getting drunk has been out for me since I was 21. So that's nothing new. Shots, same way. I don't do shots. Ghost texting and less spam. So what I mean by that is not replying to people's texts. I definitely need to do that more than what I do. So that's definitely on the out, is not replying to people's texts is definitely on the out. Unless it's spam, of course, or someone trying to take my money, then that's different. Worrying about low engagement on social media. I do that to myself a lot too. Like I look at TikTok from time to time. I'm like, dude, I haven't made a video in about a week or so. It's like, dude, don't pressure yourself. Do it when you feel like it. It's not like they're paying you to do it, so just do it when you feel like it. Now, if they're paying you, different. Hell yeah, do one every day. But if they're not paying you, dude, then don't worry about it. You'll do it when you feel like it. Another thing to stay away from, negative people. Of course, that's always been on the out. Shame over liking horror is definitely out. Horror movies and all of that. I've heard it time and time again. Well, he's into horror, so he must be. I like everything, including horror. So, you know what? You can think what you want. I'm even in a horror group, so you can think what you want. Don't really care. As I said, what's in, don't give a fuck. So I don't give a fuck. So there you go. Another out. The bare minimum. Doing the bare minimum is definitely out. Like I said, like, don't be upset with myself about productivity guilt, but the same token, don't just do the bare minimum and think that's good enough. That's never good enough. Another out is people pleasing. Definitely out. I don't want to be a people pleaser. As I said, don't give a fuck. There you go. There's that. Another out, friendship bracelets. Sorry, Taylor Swift. I can't do the friendship bracelets. It's definitely on the out. Another out, buying houseplants. Enough is enough. I'm taking care of the ones I got, as you've seen, but I'm not buying any more. And those, by the way, were gifts. I didn't buy those. But the same token, I am not buying houseplants. I'm not the best in the world at taking care of houseplants. So, there's that. If it's something I can plant in the backyard, fine. I can let nature take care of it. But if it's something I actually have to take care of in my house, I'm not the best in the world of doing it. So, yeah. Another one, overthinking. I do that a lot, and that's definitely on the out. I need to stop doing that. Another out is reading comment section on social media, which I've mentioned before. I'm definitely guilty of that, and I need to keep that at the bare minimum too. So I'm guilty of that. And last but not least, taking too many... What's another thing that's out is taking too many selfies and the duck face. Sorry, ladies, that duck face needs to go. It's out, in my opinion. I've never done it, but I don't like seeing it either. That is just, yeah. And the ones that take way too many selfies. But taking like 20 or 30 selfies a day, that's where it's like, okay, you really need to stop. I mean, one selfie, okay, fine. But when we get to 20 or 30... Really, 5 or 6 is more than enough, but at that point, it's getting ridiculous. It needs to stop. You can take a lot of pics. Taking a lot of pictures is fine, but the selfies need to dim down. We get it. You got a cute face. Let's move on. All right, so that's my thoughts on that. That's my ins and outs for 2025. That is what I've got for y'all. So, now we get into the first horror movie of 2025 that got good reviews through Rotten Tomatoes, which I need to see this movie. I got it down on here so that way I can remind myself that I need to see it. It's called The Damned. It's got, I guess, monsters and pirates, maybe. It's something evil. Eva is a widow looking after her late husband's fishing site, and she comes across a shipwrecked crew. Eva and her workers kill the hateful sailors and are then then they become haunted by those enemies. So the people that they killed now have come back to haunt them. So, sounds kind of interesting. Kind of like irony is, irony is coming back, or however you want to say it. Payback, revenge. Fuck around and find out kind of movie, basically. But Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 86%, so sounds really good. Sounds like a very interesting movie. And from what I could tell, it's not one of those that has like a lot of those flash scares in it. It's more just down-to-earth scary, which I like. So I'll definitely have to check that one out. But yeah, and then I'll come back to that news. But now let's go over, since I've mentioned movies, if I got time, let's go into the Golden Globes. All right, so Golden Globes was hosted by Nikki Glaser, and this movie called Amelia Perez. I've never seen it. I don't know much about it, but apparently it was the big winner of the night. It got everything. It got most nominations. It won 4 awards, I guess. So we'll get into it. So first off, movies, in the movies category, best motion picture drama was The Brutalist. Best motion picture music comedy, Emilia Perez. Musical or comedy. It was Emilia Perez. Best motion picture animated was Flow. Cinematic and box office achievement, Wicked. Awesome movie. Love Wicked. I was surprised that Wicked didn't take more of these, but it is what it is. Best motion picture, non-English language, Emilia Perez. It was in France. Best performance by a female actor in a motion picture drama was Fernanda Torres. I'm Still Here, which is another movie that I kind of want to go see, but I haven't yet. Best performance by a male actor in a motion picture drama, Adrian Brody in The Brutalist. Best, which I haven't seen The Brutalist yet either, so. Best performance by a female actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy, Demi Moore in The Substance. Best performance by a male actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy, Sebastian Stan in A Different Man. I haven't seen that either. Best performance by a female in a supporting role was Zoe Zelandana. I hope I said that right. Zaldana. I think Zaldana. In Emilia Perez. So, like I said, Emilia Perez took a lot of the stuff that night. Best performance by a male actor in a supporting role was Korean Culkin. I'm thinking that was Macaulay Culkin's brother, but I'm not sure on that. But Korean Culkin in A Real Pain, which if that is, because it does look like him. It looked like they could be related. I've seen him in WWE too, where he was congratulating another wrestler. So I'm really intrigued there. I might have to see that movie. Best director was Brady Corbett for The Brutalist. Best screenplay, Concave. I haven't seen that one either. Best original score, Challengers. Haven't seen it either. Best original song, El Mal by Clement Dacol, Camille, and Jacques Adandi for Emilia Perez. And then we get into TV awards. So now we got the TV category. Best television series, drama, Shogun. Best television series, musical or drama was, musical or comedy was Hacks. Best television limited series, anthology series, or motion picture made for television was Baby Reindeer. Best performance by a female actor in a television series, drama, Anna Soria for Shogun. Best performance by a male actor in a television series, drama, Sonata is his last name. I'm not pronouncing the first name. I will mess it up. But from Shogun. So Shogun pretty much took it for the television stuff. Them and Hacks. Because we got here best performance by a female actor in a television series, music or comedy, Gene Smart from Hacks. Best performance by a male actor in a television series, musical or drama, Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. Best performance by a female actor in a limited series, anthology series, motion picture, or for television was Jodie Foster for The True Detective. Night Country. Best performance by a male actor in a limited series, anthology series, or motion picture made for television was Colin Farrell in The Penguin. He did a really good job. I love The Penguin. So there's that. Best performances by an actress in a supporting role for television was Jessica Gunning in Baby Reindeer. Best performance by a male actor in a supporting role for television was Tanato Asano in Shogun. Best performance in a stand-up comedy on comedy television was Ali Wong, Single Lady. So that's pretty cool. I need to watch her. I've heard she's really funny. So, but yeah, so we got that, and then also Kathy Bates during this going, outside of this, Kathy Bates got recognized a lot too for debuting. Of course, she's the actress from Matlock, and a lot of people were more or less complimenting her on losing 100 pounds. So that's really cool. And she was dressed really nice for the event. But we're going into, now that we've talked about best dress. First off, I'm going to get the guys first, so we'll do the best suits, or whatever you want to say. Suits that I would wear. Well, I don't know about what that I would wear, but suits that I have to give props for. Let's put it that way. The suits that I have to give props for as a guy. So, number 10, which I know I'm going to get a lot of laughs for, but I'm going to say it. Jonathan Van Ness, who is known for Queer Eye. He was in a green dress. Hey, dude, I got to give props. Any guy that goes to an event like this in a dress, you've got a lot of guts. I've got to put you somewhere in the top 10 just because that takes guts. That takes a lot of guts. So I'm going to put him at number 10. Number 9, Glenn Powell. He had a black and white suit with no tie. Props to him. Looked really good. Number 8, Chris Perfanti. Was in a white jacket, white shirt with black pants. Looked really good. Next is, for number 7, Andrew Scott with a baby blue jacket with a baby blue shirt, baby blue tie, baby blue pants. Just really killer. I liked it. Kind of reminded me a little bit of my parents' wedding when I go back and look at some of those old pictures. Dad and his entourage were in baby blue suits, so that was really cool. Number 6, Lee Jung Jae, with the black on black tux. It looked really good. Major props to him. Number 5, Jeremy Strong in the mint green jacket, matching hat. It looked really cool to me. Yeah. So, gotta throw him in there, number 5. Number 4, Coleman Domingo, which he had a mismatched gray on white on black tux. He looked really good. I don't know if I could pull it off, but he looked really good. So, props to him. Number 3, Timothy Chalamet. I hope I'm saying that right. But anyway, with a Tom Forrest styled blue necktie with a blue scarf, he looked really good. The way he had the blue necktie tied like a scarf, that was really cool. I have never seen that. I've seen it done somewhat, but not very often. So, and he pulled it off. Excellent job on his part. So he has to get a number. He has to be at least in the top 3. So I'm putting him at 3. Adrian Brody with the simple black tux with a large brooch. He's got to make my number 2 because he looks really good in that suit. And number 1, Jake Gyllenhaal's tux. Compliments. I got to give compliments to him. He was number 1 in my list because his suit complemented his date's dress, Jeannie Cadives, but her black and white outfit. So Jake did a really fine job of that. Anytime you do that, compliment your dates, what your date has on. I mean, you guys just compliment each other. That is a great thing, and I've got to put him at number one for that. That's excellent props. So he's my number one. So there you go. That's what I got to say there. And in saying that, now we got to go over the ladies. So that is next for me to do. So I'm going to make this really quick because then I'll do, yeah. But anyway, we'll do this really quick and then I got to move on. But here we go. So I got the sexiest ladies of the Golden Globes. The sexiest. Who I thought was sexiest. So this might get me in trouble here with Angela, but that's all right. I got to do it. So here's my sexiest list. Number 10, Anna Taylor in that sleek pink dress. Ooh, phenomenal. Phenomenal. And she is good looking anyway. So number 10, Zoe Zelandana. I still cannot pronounce that last name. But Zoe Zaldana in that black strapless dress. Phenomenal. Excellent. What do you want to say? She's my number 9. Emma Stone is my number 8 in that red strapless dress. Emma Stone is she's just breathtaking anyway, so she's got to make the list irregardless somewhere. So I'm putting her at number 8. Number 7, Cynthia Arivo with a black and white dress with the cleavage, and then, the one who played Alphaba. But she had the, what I liked is like the T, what I call like the T in the dress, like when she was standing upright and then like the T was right here at the waist. She looked really good. It was different, but that's what I kind of liked about her dress. It was different. It was, eye-catching. So for that reason, I have to put her at number 7. So there you go. She beat out Emma Stone. So that's saying something, I guess. At least in my eyes. Number 6, Ariana Grande with the yellow strapless dress. I mean, she's another one that's just amazing looking anyway. So she's definitely got to make the list. Zaldea in that red Zaldea. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. I'm screwing up here and I'm sorry. Zendaya with the orange strapless dress that she was wearing. She's hot anyway. She played MJ really well. But she's amazing anyway. And she got engaged. She's shown off her engagement ring. She's engaged to Spider-Man. So there you go. But hey man, that's still, gotta put her at number 5. She's awesome. Gotta put her at number 5. Number 4, Mickey Madison in the gold glimmer strapless dress. Oh, she looked amazing. Definitely putting her at number 4. Amazing. Number 3, Kerry Russell with a white suit dress that shown cleavage and some leg there too. Ooh, yes. I have to admit, when I saw her in that, I may have just I definitely had to take a double take of her in that. And I'm like, oh crap. Kind of do a couple blinks just to make sure my eyes are still working. So she definitely makes number 3. Number 2, Nikki Glaser in the gold topless dress. I may have drooled just a little bit seeing her in that dress. Oh, phenomenal. And number 1, Dakota Fanning. I'm so sorry. Dakota Fanning in the red dress showing the cleavage in the leg. Again, I had to do a double take on her, and I might have drooled a little bit. Oh, phenomenal. That's all I gotta say. It's, yeah. Yeah. And that wraps up those couple minutes where I might get in trouble. So there you go. And, yeah. Okay, so then the next thing I wanted to talk about on here, we have the different shows that are coming out soon to, well, I guess maybe for the year. I'm not sure. Because I think I did movies before. Maybe I did a couple of TV shows. I guess I did a couple of TV shows in my last episode. But here's some more that I thought was pretty interesting and I might want to check out. Okay, so they got Primeval that's coming coming out on January the 9th. Well, it just came out because today's the 11th. Well, it's the weekend of the 11th and the 12th. So that one just came out on Netflix. I want to try to watch it. I'm kind of, that's one that's kind of got my attention. Also on Max, a show called The Pit. And I don't know much about it. It looks kind of interesting. And no, it doesn't have anything to do with Brad Pitt, just so you all know. But it just came out on Max. So like I said, don't know a lot of particulars about it. It looks interesting, but, it's one of those things like I don't know. Prime Target is coming out January the 22nd on Apple TV, for those that's got that. I don't have it, so I won't be watching that one. But January the 29th, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man comes out on Disney+. It's an animated series. Some people said it looks like it's a children's anime or animation, but still, I don't know. If you like Spider-Man and all that, it might be worthwhile at least watching one episode or catching a glimpse. I don't know. Until I know more about it, I don't know if I'm going to watch it, in case it is more for little kids. But, hey, for the ones of you all out there, though, that have little kids and you're into Spider-Man, I mean, be something for your kids to watch and getting them into the, the magic of comic books. So there you go. I mean, starting them out early, right? They have another. I guess some of these are movies, actually. Some movies are TV shows. Well, these are all TV shows, I guess. But anyway, we got Zero Day. Comes out on Netflix in February. I don't know much about it. Running Point comes out on Netflix this winter. Again, don't know much about it. I don't know much about a lot of these, but Suits LA comes out on NBC in February. Dope Thief comes out on Apple TV March the 14th. One that I'm going to try to catch, Daredevil Born Again, comes out on Disney Plus March the 4th. I'm definitely going to put that in my calendar. I'm definitely going to mark that one. Because I'm really big into Marvel. Even if some of their series isn't so good, I still want to catch it. So I definitely want to see that and see what's up with it. The Residents on Netflix, and I have that one marked because it looks really good. But The Residents, I think it's a horror, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. I just know it looked really good. But anyway, it comes out on Netflix March the 20th. So that'll give me something. That'll give me a couple things to watch in March. Daredevil, Born Again, and The Resistance on Netflix. And then for you people that have Apple TV, The Studio, a show called The Studio, will be coming out March the 26th. Also, April the 11th on Apple TV, Your Friends and Neighbors will be coming out. April the 16th on Apple TV, Government Cheese will be coming out. Also, Deli Boys will be coming to Hulu this spring. Sirens, which is another one I got marked, will be coming out to Netflix late spring. I don't know if that Sirens is going to be the one from like Sci-Fi, the Sci-Fi show that that I watched a couple years back or not, because I really love that show, and I was kind of disappointed that it came to an end. But I can't remember if it was AMC that had it though. I want to say AMC had it. I don't think it was Sci-Fi. I think it was AMC. But I was so because I think it went 3 seasons, and I was kind of disappointed it came to an end when it did. I was really getting into it, but like I said, I don't know if that's this series or it's something completely new, because it has the same title, so that I don't know. But I'm definitely intrigued, so I put it down. It said late spring, so I'm guessing like around April. Murderbot will come to Apple TV in May. That one actually looked pretty interesting. I just don't have Apple TV, but that one looked pretty interesting. A King of Seven Nights will be coming out to HBO June 15th, and I'll definitely try to keep an eye out for it, because I think I can't remember. I think one of the things I got has HBO on it. I can't remember. I want to say Peacock does, but I can't remember. If they do, I might try to catch a glimpse of that in June. Ironheart is another one, though, I've got marked. Ironheart will be coming out to Disney Plus June the 24th. This will be after Wakanda, after the movie Wakanda. This will have Riri Jones return to Chicago, her partnership with the Hood. I definitely have it marked, put it that way. It definitely looked interesting, so I'll keep an eye out on that one as well. I definitely want to watch that when it comes out. And they've got Eyes of Wakanda. That one's going to be an animated series. That one's coming out to Disney Plus August the 6th. But of course, that's going to be Black Panther and, well, Wakanda anyway. So this might be also after the movie Wakanda. But still, look very interesting. And I have it marked as well. I'll definitely be watching that one. Wonder Man, which is another Marvel series, will be coming to Disney Plus this December, sometime in December. So I have it marked as well. The Beast in Me, which is coming to Netflix. That one looked pretty interesting. I have it marked, but it's to be determined. Death by Lightning, not sure what that one is, but it's coming out to Netflix also. To be determined. The Four Seasons, and no, it has nothing to do with the band. I looked. I can't remember what it was about now, but it wasn't about the band. But anyway, that series is also to be determined. It's going to be on Netflix. Too Much is coming out to Netflix, to be determined. A series called Golf, which will be coming to Netflix, and it'll star Will Ferrell. So because it's going to have Will Ferrell in it, I marked it. That one is to be determined. Down Cemetery Road, which will be coming out to Apple TV, is to be determined. Firebug, Apple TV, to be determined. All Her Fault will be coming out to Peacock, to be determined. I don't know what that one's about exactly, so The Burbs will be coming out to Peacock, to be determined. I don't know much about that one either. Alien Earth will be coming out, and I do have that one marked. That one will be coming out to FX and Hulu. So it's going to be an Alien series based off of the movies. So it definitely intrigued me. So there's that. I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for when that one comes out. Dying for Sex. That one will come out to FX, to be determined. Welcome to Jury, which will be coming out to HBO And I believe that one also comes out to oh, that comes out to Max. Duh. HBO is Max. But yeah, that'll be coming out to Max, and then that is to be determined. So the other one I mentioned earlier, the Kingdom of Seven Kings, that will be on HBO Max, or Max as they call it now. So, but Welcome to Jury, I'm definitely intrigued by it. Of course, that one is pre-movie. This is going to be like a prequel to the movies. Of the movie It, and the second chapter. So I am definitely excited about that. The Chair Company will also be coming out to Max, to be determined. Untitled Rachel Sennett Project will be coming out to Max, to be determined. Tax will be coming out to Max, to be determined. The Waterfront will be coming out to Netflix, to be determined. Chad Powers will be coming out to Hulu, to be determined. Adults coming out to FX, to be determined. Long Story Short coming to Netflix, to be determined. And Rambler and the Birdie Machine coming out to Apple TV, to be determined. So there's quite a few there that I'm really interested in. And of course, some people that are interested right now in is Squid Game, the second season, which has come out. One that I'm excited for sometime, I don't know when it comes out yet this year, but when it does, it's a movie. Happy Gilmore 2, it'll be on Netflix. And they're already saying, for us WWE fans anyway, they're saying that the former ladies champ, Becky Lynch, will make an appearance in the movie. She will have a scene in the movie Happy Gilmore 2. I was already stoked about this movie anyway, because I loved the first Happy Gilmore, and it sounds like, a lot of the cast is coming back for it. So, and then of course adding people like her to it just makes it even more fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to that movie. That'll be really cool. And then of course, Back in Action. That movie will be on Netflix January the 17th. That one looks really good. Kind of like an action comedy. It looks really good. Definitely probably check that one out when it comes out later, I think this week. So I'm looking forward to that one. So there you go. Maybe we'll do a movie review on it. Angela and I will, after it comes out. We'll do a movie review on my next Into the Dell thing. So there you go. That might be something to look forward to. And now, going into some WWE news. Here we go. So first off, WWE Raw on Netflix, right? We gotta talk about it. It's a big thing. First off, Triple H welcomes everybody in the intro to Monday Night Raw, and they unveil the new ring. Some people don't like it because there's a lot of advertisement on the ring. I mean, yeah, on the ring apron. I look at it this way. They're doing it at the end of the day, they're doing it just like you would see on the Octagon, if you were in the Octagon, or if you were professionally boxing, of how many, all the time you see sponsors on those rings all the time. It's nothing new. And now WWE is catching up to speed, and they're doing it on their rings too. So this is nothing new. Not to me anyway. It looks, if anything, it kind of makes wrestling look a little bit more realistic with all of those sponsors on there. I mean, they kind of tried it a little bit last year, right? With I'm trying to think of the name of the drink now. Um, I think the drink was called Prime, or it's called Prime, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so they put that They did a lot of that where they had Prime as the sponsor last year in the center of the ring. I think that was their WWE's way of trying it out to see how well sponsors would work. And now that they know it works pretty well, they're putting different sponsors all over the ring. So I think it's really cool, personally. But anyway, going into it, so the first match of the night was probably the best one, I thought anyway. Definitely, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good matches here. But I thought this one was probably the best one. Tribal Combat match, Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns for the who's the OTC. Roman Reigns is the OTC, as we know, the original tribal chief. But anyway, this match, of course, was tribal combat, so anything goes. Ladders, tables, chairs, kendo stick, the whole 9 yards, and it didn't disappoint. All this was included in the match. Paul Heyman came out with Roman Reigns because, and then, Paul Heyman also ended up holding the Ula Fala throughout the match because the winner of that match would get Paul Heyman as their wise man, and they would also get the Ula Fala. So, at some point during the match, it became New Bloodline versus Old Bloodline. New Bloodline came out to disrupt the match and try to help Solo Sikoa, and then members of the Old Bloodline showing up as well. Jimmy Uso came out, and the honorary Us, he came out. So there was that. Carly Zane. But anyway, great match. KO came out at one point trying to help out Solo Sikoa, which kind of surprised me. And of course, Cody Rhodes came out to face Kevin Owens, which, for those that don't know, Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes kind of have a separate feud going on with the title and all of that. So on SmackDown, so they've shown up, and of course, then they took off doing their own thing, which is kind of promoting their match for later on down the road. And the match ended, of course, with Roman Reigns winning the match. So for anybody that didn't want spoilers, this is going to have spoilers. I'm sorry. But anyway, sorry but not sorry, because it's been a week. So, but anyway, Roman Reigns wins. He gets his Ula Fala, becomes a tribal chief. The Rock actually came back out after he kind of helped open up Raw earlier after Triple H left the ring. He came out and did his thing. He even shook hands with Cody Rhodes at one point, before all this went down. And so this is all, and he said he's going to keep an eye on this match. Well, so the match is over. Roman Reigns wins. The Rock comes out, and he gives the Ula Fala. He puts the Ula Fala on Roman Reigns. So, because The Rock has already been mentioned before this as being the High Chief. Like, Roman Reigns is the Tribal Chief, but The Rock is the High Chief. So it's his job to more or less give the Ula Fala to the Tribal Chief. So that's what he did. So he put the Ula Fala on Roman Reigns. Of course, Roman Reigns was crying. The Rock was crying. So it was kind of a big deal. I don't think these were fake tears. I think this was genuine. So that was pretty cool. And then later on, we have John Cena come out. He announces he's coming into the Royal Rumble, which is what a lot of us already know. He's coming to the Royal Rumble in February. He's putting himself in there. Logan Paul, who's the one who came out with, Prime, that I was mentioning earlier. But Logan Paul announced that he's coming back to Monday Night Raw. So maybe he'll make his debut next week. Right now, he was just there announcing, hey, I'm back, I'm here. So maybe he'll wrestle next week, who knows. But that was all cool. And then we get into the match between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, which I think was the second best match of the night, without a shadow of a doubt. So those two matches are almost tied, almost. But then when you put The Rock into it, it was just like, okay, sweet. You know what I mean? But this one did not disappoint either. It was definitely a close second, without a shadow of a doubt. Liv Morgan comes out first. She's accompanied by Raquel Rodriguez and Dirty Dom. Rhea Ripley comes out by herself. I kind of thought maybe, maybe the man was going to come out with her, but that didn't happen. They said later on that I'm sorry. I had to pause for a second there. I had something back in my throat. But anyway, they said that Becky Lynch was going to come. There's rumors anyway that she was going to be on Monday Night Raw. And later on they said that actually they're saving her back for later on. Possibly for either they're saving her for the Royal Rumble or they're going to be saving her for WrestleMania. One of the two. So, but anyway, they're saving her back for one of the bigger things. That would be kind of cool. Looking forward to that. But anyway, so she was not included in this. She wasn't there for Monday Night Raw on Netflix, but she will be there later. That at least that's the rumors. So, of course, Dirty Dom gets involved in the match as it progresses. Raquel Rodriguez gets involved. So it's kind of like a 3-on-1 situation. Liv Morgan eventually puts on the Three Amigos and the frog splash on Rhea Ripley. She's still kicked out of it, and eventually Rhea Ripley got the last laugh. She stayed in it throughout all of it and put the Riptide on Liv Morgan and won the match. So she got her title back, which I'm excited about. I'm glad Mommy got her title back. Mommy's back on top. And on her way out, The Undertaker came out. He saluted Rhea Ripley, two badasses together. That was really cool. So, like I said, even though I think the first match was probably the best match of the night, this was definitely a close second. I liked the fact everything about it was really good, and it ended well. I was glad that Mommy got her title back, and I'm anxious to see where they're going to go with the storyline now that Rhea Ripley has the title. Because from the sound of it, they're moving past the Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan thing that's going on. So who's going to be challenging Rhea Ripley next? It remains to be seen yet. I can't wait. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Raquel Rodriguez is going to turn on Liv Morgan. And then, so that way she can challenge for the title. That might be pretty cool. Maybe Raquel is just going to do it. She'll still say friends with Liv and do it anyway. I don't know. Maybe somebody else. I mean, possibilities are endless. I'm excited. Maybe Rhea Ripley will keep it for right now. She may not have a challenger yet. And, we'll find out who her challenger is after the Royal Rumble. Time will tell. So, but I'm excited. And then we had Chad Gable. Chad Gable came out, started talking smack, said he wants to face a luchador. I kind of have a feeling who the luchador might be, but that's what he said. So, celebrities were there at the Raw and Netflix premiere. I forgot their names, but the ones who played Eric Matthews and Topanga on the Boy Meets World, they were there. Macaulay Culkin was there. So, and the other Culkin that I mentioned earlier in this segment, he was there too. So that was really cool. Then we get into the next match, Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. This match didn't disappoint either necessarily. Wasn't as big as the other matches, but I think a lot of that's just because it wasn't as much on the line. Outside of that, I mean, it was still a big match. Drew hits his Claymore. I think he hit the Claymore a couple of times. He hit his Claymore. Jay hit the spear. They didn't work. Drew hits the Claymore again. Hits the Claymore one more time, but Jay kicks out. In fact, Jay kind of played possum on that last Claymore. He kind of waited for Drew to mess up, and sure enough, Drew did. And Jace pretty much stole the win. He wrapped Drew McIntyre up at the last minute and got him for the 1, 2, 3 and snuck right on out of the ring. So he kind of stole one from Drew, but it kind of goes back to that saga right now with Drew McIntyre where he can't really score a win right now because he's still in his own head. So time will tell where that's going to go. But right now that storyline continues that Drew McIntyre, it's been a while since he scored a win. So he's still looking for that W. But Hulk Hogan comes out later on with Jimmy Hart. Hogan gets booed by everybody. But he's there to announce his Real American Beer that's coming out. It'll be available soon, or it is available now. I'm not sure which. But it will be, apparently it'll be available at every WWE event from here on out. So I guess there's that if you want Real American Beer from Hogan. But then we end the night with Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. This match went back and forth a lot throughout the night. Very good match. CM Punk ends up winning. He ends up putting Seth Rollins to sleep at the end. Good match. I like that one too. I think they probably could have opened up Raw with Jay versus Drew McIntyre and then went into Seth Rollins versus Punk and then had the other two matches. But nevertheless, I'm not gonna get mad because all the matches were good. Everything about this was really good. Like I said, I probably would have changed up the order that they had them in, but other than that, because I think I'm being picky in saying that. So other than that, good night. And then then we had SmackDown last night, and the best thing I can tell you about SmackDown is the big highlights that I could see from SmackDown, because it wasn't as much on SmackDown as Raw. The big things I can tell you right now is basically Kevin Owens is still trying to go after the title, as we know. Cody Rhodes kept getting involved with he kept going him and Kevin Owens kept going at it. But also, Cody Rhodes kept going after the new bloodline as well. So I have a feeling that ladder match that they have scheduled later on for the Royal Rumble, I have a feeling somewhere down the line, in that ladder match between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, just got that feeling that the new bloodline is going to stick their nose in that match at some point and try to help Kevin Owens win that match. I don't know if the new bloodline is going to come out and help. I mean, the old bloodline is going to help in any shape, way, or form. But right now, they might, because, like I said, Drew has definitely been. I mean, Cody Rhodes has definitely been helping out the old bloodline with the new bloodline right now. So who knows? They might still help each other out in that ladder match, or the old bloodline might help out Cody Rhodes in that ladder match. Time will tell, but it's definitely added to that storyline. And then, other than that, there was a 4-way match on the ladies' side that was really interesting. That they were going after. Basically, they're going after the new ladies' champion on SmackDown. They're going after Tiffany Stratton. So Nia Jax is one of them because she feels like she got robbed, basically, because she got cashed in on. Let's see. Naomi feels like she's been robbed because, Tiffany had something to do with her match, which is why she lost. And then I'm not really sure how. Trying to think of her name. So I don't know where Bianca fits in on the storyline. Just thought of her name. But yeah, I don't know where she fits in. But anyway, she challenged for it too. So, which is kind of odd because her and Naomi are good friends, right? But anyway. And then we got Bayley in the mix too, because Bayley feels like she got robbed of the title. And she felt like the only reason that... And Bayley actually is the one who came out first, because she basically felt like she got robbed of the title in the first place because of the interference, of Tiffany. Otherwise, Nia Jax wouldn't have even won the title. So all that goes down. So everybody's kind of blaming Tiffany. So Tiffany gets out of the ring. Well, we think she's getting out of the ring while they're confronting each other, but she comes back and she delivers her maneuver, her big somersault on everybody. Best somersault ever or something like that. And anyway, so she takes out everybody and then leaves. So now there's a 4-way match going on from the ladies to see who is going to challenge Tiffany Stratton for the title. And Bayley ends up winning. So, spoiler alert, she ends up winning. So that was another big one. I think that was really the only two big things of the night. There's some tag team matches going on too, but I really wasn't a big fan of those tag team matches. I'm sorry, just not. But I don't really get so much into the men's tag teams for some reason. I'm trying to, but sometimes I start to get interested in some of them, but not all of them. Let me just say that. It's not so much... I think there was 2 big tag teams in there, but they weren't facing each other. They were facing other opponents. And it's basically like easy wins for both tag teams. So I just wasn't that interested in those. But like I said, Tiffany Stratton versus Bayley later on, that's going to be pretty interesting. I'm wanting to see how that's going to play out. Nevertheless, I'm excited for it. That's what's going on in WWE. And other than that, guys, I got to be honest. Stealing a line there from Let's Be Honest, I guess. But I got to be honest, not much else going on. I know for me personally, for us personally, we're doing the Doctor Who party that we were going to do a couple weeks back. I guess it's still back. It's back on. We're going to be doing it later on, so it's still there. It's still in the mix. And then on top of that, Angela and I are going to be going to a tea party in March. We got tickets for that now, so we are set up. So that's some things for us to look forward to. Playoffs are next week for the Chiefs. They had to going into the bye. That was another thing I guess I was going to bring up. I think the everybody was talking smack about the Chiefs in a way that they sat out everybody intentionally to face because they want to kick the Bengals out. I don't see that being the case at all because Andy Reid does this a lot when the Chiefs. He didn't do it last year because the Chiefs were not in the top seed. But when the Chiefs are in the top seed, he usually sets out his guys. That last week, it's just a preseason game as far as that goes. He just puts in his backups, and that's it. If they win, great. If they don't, they don't. That's the situation. But he's not really setting out to win that game. He's just, resting his starters, giving them what they need, and because there's no sense in trying to play that game out. We got what we needed, and then give them about 2 weeks of rest, and they're ready to go. I mean, you don't want to give them too long, obviously, but from what Travis Kelce was saying on his show or segment, I think the Chiefs are actually going to start practicing this weekend. They don't know who their opponent is yet, but from the sound of it, I think they are going to be starting their practices up this weekend or at least Monday. So they'll kind of know more about who they're facing, I guess, and then they'll do that. So that will be kind of interesting. I can't wait to see what's going to go on there. I meant to make my predictions this week too, and I didn't do it for the NFL, so I'm not going to worry about it at this point because it's already in the evening now, so it's a little late to make those predictions. So I'd have 50-50 now. I think there's only 2 games left that I can predict for, but it's okay. I'm all right with it. I haven't really seen what happened yet in the NFL, but I'm anxious to see who the Chiefs are going to play next week. Other than that, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen, and we've got special Oreo cookies for that game, so I'm excited about that. So there's that for next week. Just things to look forward to for us. I know that's coming up. Like I said, that Netflix movie will give Angela and I something to watch too next week. The show that we're interested in right now, The Traitors, it's gotten really interesting with Boston Rob in there. We did watch the 3 episodes. That looks really good, so I know that's going to give us something to watch. That new show with Tim Allen in it on Disney Plus, Hulu. That one is really good. That's giving us an extra show to watch. I forgot the name of it, but I'll think of it and I'll bring it in next week. And then I'm trying to think. Goosebumps is out now, and I know we'll be watching it too. So we've got some shows to watch now. Traitors, though, is getting really good. Boston Rob in it now, and he's a traitor. He's among the traitors. There are 4 traitors in this now, and man, it's getting really good. If you haven't watched it yet, you need to. It's really good. I love that show, and this season seems to be really, really intriguing. So, yes, I'm definitely looking forward to this and seeing where they go from it. And then I found out, too, that Doctor Who is starting up in May on Netflix. So that'll give us something else to watch, too. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, so much to look forward to. Definitely a lot to look forward to next week. So we'll see where things go. But hopefully we won't get all the snow that we got this week. I'm hoping for that. Hoping for better weather. And hopefully all these fires are over with come next week. It's just the aftermath, and we're ready to move on. And let's hope. Let's hope. Let's hope for a better week for everyone. This week is crazy. It was just crazy. It was a total mess. And of course, Angela's got a head cold right now, so that's a mess too. It's just a mess. I'm ready for this week to be over. I really am. This weekend has been really good so far. I think it has, but as far as the week of, I'm so glad this week is ending, and tomorrow is the official, start of a new week. Sunday is always I always count Sunday as the start of a new week. Anyway, this, I don't know. I'm saying tomorrow, but this is for, you know what I mean. But, so, this weekend, let me put it this way. This weekend is the start of a new week. So, I'm just hoping now that with this new weekend, everything's going to be a lot better, stronger. You know, it's going to push us forward to a better week this week. I'm so looking forward to it. But at any rate, that is all I got for y'all for this. I hope y'all enjoyed the video and me rambling for over an hour. Well over an hour. But I love doing these. Definitely gives me a chance to talk and say things off my chest and you know, just chew the shit, so to speak. So I'll definitely have some things to talk about next week. Definitely have some more things to talk about with the transition of 2024 to 2025. Of course, we'll keep talking about that throughout January. Talking about the playoffs, probably more so next week. If there's any more award shows coming out, of course, we'll be talking about that too. New movies coming out. If Angela and I go see them, we'll be talking about them. You know, so there's that. What else? I don't know. But so much to talk about. If I have new pops, I'll be talking about that too. Of course. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. I'm so looking forward though to next week. It's not even funny. I hope it's going to be a lot better of a week. I'm praying that it's going to be better next week. Not just for us, but for everyone. I hope all these fires and snow and all that is over with, and we can finally just feel like we can pump the brakes and just relax for the first part of the year, finally. You know what I mean? But at least before we have to do taxes. Give us a little bit of a break before that comes out. But at any rate, like I said, that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. You can check out my other videos. They're a lot smaller than this one. That's why I only do this one on the weekends. But you have the tarot card video, the Missouri Day of History, questions of the day, videos that I do, and the 12 days of Star Wars socks that I do as well. So there's that for you. And yeah, you can also check out Marthieve Manor. If you haven't already, he's already done his weekend video. I know I liked it. I enjoyed his answer as always. I still kind of miss his daily videos, but you know, I mean, I understand he doesn't have enough questions to do daily ones, and it kind of gives him a break too, and I think it's a well-deserved break. So, but yeah, definitely look forward to his videos on the weekend, and you all should check him out if you haven't yet. Other than that, give me a like and a follow if you like this video, and I'll definitely be, like I said, this is just the beginning. I'm still playing around with these into the Dell videos, and they'll keep getting better as I keep getting more and more into them. But at any rate, that's, like I said, that's it. This is a wrap, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye for now.